Hey everybody, welcome back to the Corbin LaFawn Photography channel. So on today's episode, I'm going to be doing something that I've never done before, and it seems to be all the rage these days. Like, I see a lot of YouTubers posting about how to do this. I'm going to try my first hyperlapse here in downtown Springfield. So yeah, I think we're going to use the Hammond's building, I believe it's called, as the subject for this hyperlapse. So that's what we're going to try today. It's a new project for me. I'm going to talk a little bit about how I did it and kind of give you some steps that I found useful, things like that. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to shoot in manual mode so that the settings are completely under our control and they'll stay the same throughout the entire shoot, because that's going to be really important. We want all of our photos to match so that when we put these together in the end, they look like a video rather than just looking like individual photos. So they all need to match. The second thing that's really important, we're going to pick a location on the building, a spot on the building, and then we're going to try to make sure that that spot stays exactly in the frame where it was every step of the way. Because when you do a hyperlapse, what you do is you actually take a photo, take a step, take another photo, take a step. So you want to make sure that your subject stays in the frame exactly where you had it before. Now obviously the size is going to change, but you need the location to stay the same so that it looks like one long video just pointing right at that subject. Another thing to keep in mind is that it's going to take a lot of time because it's actually 24 steps to 1 second of video. So I think I'm going to shoot for about a 4 to 5 second clip, so about 125 steps to make that clip. So yeah, let's get started shooting that hyperlapse. Clearly, a miracle has occurred here. I can't see any other explanation for this. Must have been a miracle. So I wanted to talk while I walked back to my car about a couple things that I learned from doing this. One is you're definitely going to want a long, clear area towards your subject. So I had this sidewalk that you see kind of behind me. The downside to the sidewalk was definitely these telephone poles or light poles, I guess, all along the way. They kept getting in the way of the shot. I think it actually will look pretty cool in the final video because you'll see them kind of flying past as the camera moves. Shooting into the sun, probably not ideal, but I think it kind of looked cool going down like the sunset behind the building. So we'll see how that looked, see what I can do with a little bit of photo editing, a little bit of color correction. Definitely gonna want a clear area to work with. Quick tip, if you do like I did and forget how many photos you've taken, one thing you can do is if you go into the menu, hit playback on your photos and then zoom out, should show about 9 frames on that screen. So if you select one of the corner ones there or middle or wherever, and then start pressing up and just count 3, that'll help you count a lot faster. So I think I realized I did about 160. Then I lost count from there. So that helped me figure out how many I had done to figure out that I was actually done. Okay, now that we've got the hyperlapse recorded, we're gonna wanna take all of those photos into Lightroom and then do all of our color correction in there. So we're gonna go ahead and make adjustments to one of the photos, and then we're gonna copy those settings and apply it to every photo in the sequence. After we've done that, we're gonna wanna go ahead and export it as a sequence. From there, we're going to want to import it into Premiere as a sequence again, and that's going to tell Premiere that all of these photos in this sequence go together, and it's going to kind of put it as a video clip, and that'll let us import it onto our timeline as a video clip, and then we can adjust it from there. If you're working inside a 1920 by 1080 timeline, more than likely your photos are going to be much higher resolution with pretty much any modern camera nowadays. They're going to be much higher resolution than 1920 by 1080. What this means is you're going to be able to stabilize your hyperlapse really nicely. And how we do that is we go ahead and take a warp stabilizer and throw it on our clip. Now you're going to want to go into the effect settings there and make sure that that subspace stabilizer is not on subspace warp as far as the stabilization setting goes. What you're going to want it to be on is actually crop scale to stabilize. And the reason for that is because we have all this extra resolution, it can actually move the image around without losing any quality. It'll zoom quite a bit and still have a good high resolution. So go ahead and apply that. That'll stabilize our footage. And now we have our hyperlapse. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go ahead and do a video of that same walk, and then I'm gonna speed it up like a video time lapse and kind of show you the difference and why it's worth doing a hyperlapse. Because a hyperlapse is a lot of work. Like it's a lot of work for a very short clip, but I think it's worth it because it just looks so much better. So I'm gonna do that video clip right now and show you guys, and you know, let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you like the video better? Do you like the hyperlapse better? Whatever you think, just let me know, because maybe you do like the video better, and if that's the case, then it's definitely not worth the work to go through and do a whole hyperlapse. If you liked this video, if it taught you something new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there. I would love that. Give me a follow. Let me know what you thought in the comments. If there's a tutorial that you would like to see, hit me up and maybe I can get to doing that next. So hopefully you liked it. I just wanted to do this because I've seen a lot of people doing hyperlapses lately and I thought they looked really cool. So I wanted to try it out for myself. Yeah, so have a great day, everybody. Thanks for watching.